Hello, I'm Kristin M Roach, and this is a letter from my studio to you. How are you? I'm very good. I spent the morning hiking in the icy snowmelt and ended with tea and a snack looking out over a frozen lake. I love the clear foot traffic across the ice, animals and humans. My dog Daisy got covered in mud, splattered, and found something just totally delightful to roll in. Nothing a good wash once home didn't clear out. And once home and cleaned and fed myself, I finished the final touches on my sumac and chrysanthemum paintings. Honestly, this is my ideal day. Breakfast with family, time outside, then studio time. Today is the one day of the week that I get to indulge in art making and the outside time. Other days, I often find I have to choose. Today, I wanted to write to you about the chrysanthemum painting, one that was a real challenge. I thought I would scrap it. It was a painting where I faced a lot of self-doubt, feelings of not knowing what I'm doing, weird shame, and then I was able to persist, to carry on and to keep painting, and finally a blissful acceptance that the only defect would be to give up out of fear of making it worse, because I didn't like it anyway. The painting started with some end-of-bloom mums from the Littlewoods planters, which were planted in my yard once finished blooming, or at least that was the plan. I kept procrastinating, forgetting, and finally they died. I am a terrible gardener for this very reoccurring reason. Maybe that's why I encourage and find joy in every plant that thrives under my care. Mums have a particularly sentimental place in my heart. My mom loved mums and grew these huge, bountiful beds of them. When I was young, I often felt like everything came easier to everyone else. My mom told me that was okay because I was just like the mums, unassuming at first glance, but when my time came to bloom, it would be just as show-stopping and more resilient than tulips in the spring. She was right. Turns out I have dyslexia and most likely ADHD, and I'm working on getting it officially diagnosed right now, like halfway through the process. And once we learned that and implemented new strategies, reading and writing struggles became a thing of the past. I did bloom overabundantly, going from struggling to read a sentence at 9 to Captain's Courageous by 12 and writing a published book by 30. The notion of that last outcome seems absurd. I still struggle with spelling, as you can see from my letters, and life routines like doing dishes, but I no longer hold on to those things as defining my worth and beauty. All that and more is tied up in this painting, and like the flower's nature itself, through setting aside and letting go, and like the flower's nature itself, through... I get it now. Okay. And like the flower's nature itself, by setting it aside and letting it go dormant for a while, I returned to this painting months later and it just all came together in the end. It went from being a painting I wasn't sure if I would finish to one I enjoy the most for its delicate decay, contrast of white petals on the milk chocolate background, and the memories wrapped into it. It's actually one I've decided to keep for myself to help me remember that everyone and everything blooms in its own time. The print's now available online and in Littlewoods, and that's in Ames, Iowa. And, what words of wisdom did someone share with you that helped you accept your own nature and flourish in life? Sincerely, Kristin M Roach. P.S. I just started painting a tern, which is a type of bird, today for the Junk Mail Migration Painting Series. P.S.S. I wish you your own version of tea by the lake after a winter hike. It's magic. You deserve magic in your life. There's also some little asides. There's some pictures of Daisy, my dog, collaged in. And so there's one that says she looks like a puppy, but she's really 80 pounds and her head sits at the counter height. I don't know how she does that. And then she's thinking that she loves deer and anything that something gets eaten. Oh, anything that flourishes in the yard gets eaten by deer. That's what Daisy's thinking. Yeah, so this was written back in February on the 24th, 2025. And I had a bit of a hiatus while I prepared for it and then went on spring break and all of the work things that pile up before and after that. So I'm fully back home and in my studio. And, a very different day happened today. It was similar in that I got that beautiful combination of outside time, studio time, and family time. All right. Until next time. Bye.